Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. How are you doing with corona pandemic? There are pros and cons, there are advantages and disadvantages of crisis. And amid the corona pandemic, we're here to ensure that you're positive and that you're gaining insights and tips that will keep you going in the middle of the challenge. We will showcase some of the small and medium enterprises that are finding ways to thrive during this crisis. And today, we are joined by Angela Kariuki, the founder of Angie's Closet, a clothing line along Howings Kodek Road in Nairobi. She's been able to utilize technology to ensure that the disease doesn't push her out of business. Kindly introduce yourself.
So I am Angela Kariuki, founder of Angie's Closet, a clothing business, retail business that entails dressing up women, the modern woman, to make her feel good, to give her the confidence that she needs in her workplace and at home, and to make her more productive through how she looks. You know, women, we are so much into how we look. When a woman looks good, it makes her feel good on the inside, and that makes her more productive on whatever she's doing. I did Bachelor of Commerce in Finance. That's what I graduated with. It's from Kenyatta University. And then I did my CPA case. So I have finance and accounts in terms of education background. And I have worked as an investment banker for 7-8 years before I quit to do my business.
What's the inspiration behind Angie's Closet?
The motivation, how I started this, it was like 4-5 years ago. And this when I had just come from my maternity leave. And you know how we as women are when you're just done with the maternity leave and you just want to look good, you want to change the whole thing, the whole baby, taking care of baby, that look. And I felt the need to look good. I was feeling a bit low and I needed to feel really good about myself. So I started dressing up. I started buying pieces of outfits here and there, matching them up, putting them together. And with that, people recognized me more and they were like, where do you get your clothes from? Out of that, as I wanted to make myself look good, feel good, I started dressing up well and I started blogging about fashion and style. And with that, I got more recognition from friends and social media, and people started commenting on social media, wanting to know where I buy my clothes. And I thought, well, I could buy a dress or two and sell to my friends. And that is where Angie's Closet came from.
You seem to have gone ahead to adopt and utilize technology in business. How did that go? How did you get to do it?
Social media is where I really started, and I would say Facebook to be precise. I started on Facebook by just posting, the normal posting of I dress up, I wear a certain dress, I wear a certain combination of a top and a trouser, and I'll just post it on my page. And I will get more and more inquiries and more likes, and I realize people have the need to look good. Women really want to look good, but they don't know where to go. They don't know whom to follow. Yes, I know there's so many bloggers and people who are showcasing their styles, but there's a certain style that I have stood by, the simple and elegant kind of style that many women really relate with.
For someone watching, there could be wondering how to begin. They're either running a small shop, a grocery shop, or they're also in the beauty world. Where do I begin? That is the question.
Thing is, for the longest time we've been saying the future is digital, the future is internet. Little did we know that the future was this close, because we are actually in the future. And if you're not online, if you're not with the internet, then you'll be left behind. So what I would advise is people need to get online and market what they have and market themselves. It's not just about marketing the products or marketing the services, also marketing themselves as a brand. In what do you have to offer? What do you do? Yes, you're home, maybe there's nothing much you're saying, but you can showcase the world what you have to offer, what you're made of. So yes, anyone and everyone needs to get online and utilize the space that we have. It's quite affordable and it's quite accessible to most Kenyans.
Recently, we've realized that you're diversifying and getting into the food sector. How is that coming along?
Well, we have a lot of time in our hands. We have our kids at home and we're wondering what do? We actually have so much time with us, day and night. And baking is something I love. but it's not something I've done professionally or as a business, but it's something I love doing. So recently I started baking just with my children for fun. And again, I utilize my social media, my Facebook page, to just showcase the kind of cakes that you're making. And funnily enough, I have so much interest and people are like, okay, why don't you do this as a business? And so far I've gotten some few orders for the cakes, which came in as a surprise for me. But I think I would say, and I would encourage anyone to really get into the social media, into the internet, and show what they can do, show what they're made of. You never know where it's gonna land you. And that person right at home wondering how they can turn that passion into something, into a business, into something that can earn them a living, they need to get out of their comfort zone. They need to show the world. Remember, internet is like having the world on your phone or on your tablet, your laptop. You need to get out of your comfort zone and showcase your talent, your passion, what you really love. There's something about someone's passion. It comes out naturally and it comes out so well, and no one can really copy what you do passionately. Yeah? And if you're able to showcase it well, someone somewhere will notice, or somehow it's gonna take shape and it might end up being a business. You never know where it's gonna land you. And I've seen so many people do that. Some people are even good at what? Reading, doing books. It could even be reading storybooks for kids. I mean, kids are home right now and they need people to read for their kids. Whatever you're passionate about, how about showing us what you love? What it is that you will do if you didn't have to work for a living, and then just start there and then see how it goes.
You are a lover of books. Tell us about your genre, how you read, and the motivation behind it.
Recently, I'm reading Chimamanda Ngozi. She's quite interesting. Her reads are quite flowing. I read anything that's interesting, something that will make me want to know what happened next.
Most of your stock are sourced abroad. How are you able to cope at this time when there are no travels?
Yes, I do source my clothes from outside the country, and right now even the cargos are not bringing in anything. We are not able to access anything from the outside countries. It's quite hard, so we are surviving on the stock that we have right now. It's quite tricky, but with time, I believe they will start opening up slowly. Like I can see Dubai is now open and we're able to import things from Dubai, and with time I know even the other countries, China, the US, Turkey will open up again soon. But in the meantime, we're just surviving with what we have.
What's your parting shot?
Corona has taken us back to the factory settings. It has really changed everything, the way we think, the way we operate. Everyone has been affected. I don't think there's a single person left out in this. And the thing we can change is our perspective on the things that are going around us.
That was Angela Kariuki, founder Angie's Closet, our first guest on our weekly series featuring small and medium enterprises on how they are leveraging technology and innovation to survive the COVID pandemic. This is Thriving During COVID-19 with June Chepkemei.